New Year's Eve prep. It is noisy in here because of this fan behind me, which all of my videos, I had somebody comment last time, why is it so noisy? Or it sound like a beehive. But that's why. Plus I got the air intake on today. It's kind of hot in here. It's kind of a more milder day for Western New York, where it's usually always cold. We are going to do a little bit of prep for New Year's Eve. I'm going to start off by doing the spinach. Jess needs some spinach for some spinach artichoke dip. We're going to get that to her really fast. I mean, there's many ways we could do this. We could blanch the spinach. I could roast it in the oven. Probably, honestly, the best bet, put on this pan, but maybe I should just do this in this pan. Tulis. See the tulis? Nice. Tulis go on our desserts. They just get an extra, kind of like how you guys see me decorate all the plates here. And then we'll use some of the spinach when I make this Rockefeller. We're just gonna get this in the oven. This should be more than enough. Actually, I'm gonna see how much she needs. And I could use this in the Rockefeller too. Put this on low. Put it on the top. Set a little timer for like 6 minutes. We're going to prep, we're gonna do some soup prep for tomorrow. I'm not gonna make the soups today, but we're doing a seafood chowder. I'll put the menu up on the screen so you guys can see what we have. Oh, this is not a good onion at all. Jess, you wanna do me a favor? You wanna go grab me an onion? And I didn't bring my knife again, so don't have the best onion on me. I mean, the best knife with me. Thank you. These scraps you can save, and that's what I'm gonna do for when we're making stock. So 2025 is here, it's coming. And we got some big plans for the channel. And I figure, since I'm just showing the prep today and the preparation for New Year's Eve, we can talk about what's in store for 2025. So we're definitely gonna be doing POV restaurant stuff. Noting from the poll that I just did, that is definitely the content you guys want. But I also have to preface this, what's coming next, that I'm gonna have to introduce you guys to some pizza recipes, because it is the future of this channel. I am kind of dropping some hints without fully telling you guys what's coming to the channel. But we got some exciting stuff. So with that said, I'll be purchasing a Ghazni dome or a Ghazni pizza oven at the house, and we'll be utilizing it this summer. So I say I'd get it about May, probably in the beginning of May. We'll start doing some content, but within the next couple of months, I'll be doing some pizza recipe videos at the house that slowly getting you guys into the recipes. And when I do have the time, I'll do some other recipe videos. I know I just did the steak one that a lot of people enjoyed. And I know this channel is not just fully about, you know, it's more or less the POV videos that you guys are here for. But recipes is what we did before. And we slowly want to get back in there, just because the future of this channel is going to be based on pizza recipes and what's in the future. But we'll talk about that more. Let me think about what we're doing. All right. Soup prep. We'll talk about that more throughout the year. I can't just tell you guys everything in one day, but we'll have some exciting news throughout the year. Slowly I'll drop hints. For those that figure it out, that watch the channel all the time, I'm sure you guys will figure it out. I just sharpened this knife, and that's how horrible it is. I'm gonna have to remember to bring my knife in tomorrow, or any one of my knives. And this would be enough onion for me. I'm gonna do a little bit of onion for Kyle. I'll have him make the pumpkin butternut squash soup, apple soup. How was everybody's holidays? Mine was action-packed. My girl got sick. She got me sick. So I've been off for a while, but I'm happy to be back, give you guys more content. that you guys been enjoying. We'll check that spinach, see how it's coming along. Oh, it's coming. You want to put a big cutting board over there? See, that's the problem with spinach. It just withers down to about nothing. So it's probably got like 3 more minutes. And then we'll pull that off. Wow, this knife is horrible. Make sure I don't forget my knife tomorrow. Live streams. We'll talk about that in my next live stream, which will be next week. That will actually change also for the future of this channel, but we'll get more into that the next live stream. I won't spoil all that. Some of the how frequently we live stream and what we live stream about will actually change, but we'll talk about that more on the live stream, which is next week. I have some dedicated watchers to my live stream, so I do appreciate that. We're just gonna give this celery a quick wash. I mean, all our produce is mostly pre-washed from what I order here, but I guess to gets just to double check and make sure all the earthiness is out of here. And this is all good for soup, especially for the seafood chowder. And we stick blend the butternut, squash, apple soup, so it'll break down for the most part. So it doesn't have to be perfect, but you definitely don't want the vegetables too big. You want it to be able to fit comfortably all the little pieces of the soup inside of a spoon. And I think that's just the gist of it. I gotta kind of approach this differently because this knife is so dull. But usually I just get all the different pieces off, but I'm actually gonna cut this. That one's broken down. No, that's cool. That's perfect. Got a little roasted look to it. Some of these pieces on the end got a little bit too big. But like I said, especially for his soup, it really doesn't matter. But for my soup, it definitely does matter. The seafood chowder we're making. We have the seafood chowder and that other soup I just told you about. I'll fully break down the menu tomorrow. There's nothing fully prepped on the line, but I'll walk you down the whole line as everything is already all prepped up. But right now, everything's not all the way prepped up. I don't really like cutting with a dull knife. I think that sets people up to get cut, where I think people that don't have the experience with knives, they always go for the knife that's more dull, not as sharp. But I think someone that has more of a chance of getting cut from a knife that's dull. What do you think? You have a sanitizer bucket down there?
Say what?
You have a sanitizer bucket down there?
Yeah.
All right, heard. Like I said, it just only makes more sense to make this soup fresh tomorrow. Whatever's left over, we'll just use in the restaurant the next day when we open up on New Year's Day. But sometimes soups do benefit from being a day old. They get to sit in the fridge and everything kind of gets to kind of like marinate together or marry together, however you want to say it. Especially like a day old chili or a couple of days old chili, I just think the flavor just builds in time. So what's your favorite part of cooking? Is it you guys enjoy more, or is it more relaxing to prep or to cook? I think it's more relaxing for me to prep. I just kind of can go in the zone where, I mean, especially in a restaurant setting, there's so many different things going on. This thing kind of looks a lot gnarly. We'll just use this for stock. I only need a little bit of carrots. He doesn't need any for his soup, but if he wants to use some, he can. And then we'll save all these peelings for stock also. All right, we're gonna start multitasking here. So I gotta make risotto. With risotto, you wanna get your widest pan. I got a little bit of vegetable stock over here that I'll be doing the risotto in. Some people say put onions in there. Some people say put shallots in there. You could do it with a mouth. We're in a restaurant, so I'm actually gonna make the risotto, cool it back off. The only thing I'm gonna hit it with right now is a little bit of Parmesan. Sometimes I'll do the shallots and the onions, depending on what I'm doing, depending on what the dish is. But for me, in this case, I'm gonna reheat the risotto back up to order. So I might wanna have a little pan, heat up the risotto with some shallots, put the risotto in there, hit it with a little bit of white wine, or after the shallots, hit it with a little bit of white wine. But I'm gonna just add a little bit of shallots in now. I think the actual cooking of the risotto and the technique of that is more important than whether you put shallots and onions. I mean, honestly, if you're a home chef and you're making this dish, you're gonna want to put everything that you're gonna use in it to eat, or whatever you're gonna eat in your dish right then and there. It makes the most sense because you're gonna be eating that hot. But in a restaurant setting, it's a little bit different. All right, we got the risotto right here. I'm just gonna do it by sight. No salt, pepper, a couple of butter pads, and we're gonna toast this risotto. That should be enough. I mean, it is going on one of the more popular dishes, I think, tomorrow is. We're doing the individual beef Wellingtons, which I'm not gonna prep any of that today. We'll prep that tomorrow. So look forward to this. I think this video is gonna be 3 different parts. That's just the shallots in there. That's not actually the rice kind of toasting. I'm actually gonna add a little bit more oil in there. You took care of that spinach? You took care of that spinach? It's what? Yeah, I do. I want to. All right, now we're getting nice and toasty on this. We'll start adding in the stock. I add just enough to cover the top, like this. And then I turn it down. It's on full blast. You don't want it like that. You want it to a nice, gentle roll. All this nice and even. All right, while that's working, we're going to finish cutting up these. Oh, man. I got to be careful with this dull knife. Yeah. Here, we'll save that way. Jess, you guys got labels in? Yeah. All right, let's see what we're doing on this. Risotto, you want to stir it minimally, but I noticed that sometimes when you cook risotto and you don't fold in the sides into the middle, it kind of cooks uneven. And that's for numerous reasons. That's why I'm not a big fan of cooking rice on the stove. But that's why you want the widest pot you can possibly get. But still, it's only bottom heat. You have a Sharpie or no? You guys falling apart on me while I was gone, huh? Yeah, this is not gonna do it. It's like too big. She's got some up front. I don't understand why you guys don't have any Sharpies. What? Ah, that's the story you're sticking to, huh?
Yeah, there's one gold on it.
I mean, it beats that big Sharpie. I'm just gonna keep covering the tops of this. And it'll just keep expanding and expanding as it cooks. And I'll fold in a little bit more and more those edges. Because it's to a simmer, it's like all the inside. You see the rolling, the little bit of the simmer, but you won't see it on the outside. Okay, so that prep is done. She's got her spinach prep. We'll get a container for all of this. We'll just call it scraps, soup scraps, or stock scraps. All right, we'll end up leaving this rice right in here, and then we'll put this over in the dry storage area, seal it later. This is still going nice and smooth, slowly simmering. All right. All right, so let's make the topping for the oysters. We're making oysters Rockefeller tomorrow. So once again, shallots in a pan. That's probably why I should have cut one at a time, but we're there. A little bit of oil in the pan. All right, we're gonna fold in these sides again to the middle. It's definitely getting there. Now, risotto should definitely have a little bit of a bite to it. More al dente than rice, per se. How's your tulies? Mama, how's your tulies? Man, she don't want to share with us today, huh? You see that? All right, salt, pepper, everything. We're gonna hit that with white wine also. The risotto is for black truffle risotto. We need to hit that before the shallots burn. And we're gonna go right in with the spinach. We want this to wilt down. Salt and pepper again, this risotto. I think this is gonna be my last pass on the, this might be the last pass on this. There's a very thin line before it starts to get gummy. So it's something you wanna be careful about when you're making risotto. But we're almost there right now. We're gonna put some lemon in there. Herbs, which he has dried and crushed over here, so just Might as well get them all in there. A little bit of garlic. We're gonna hit it with the heavy cream. Let that heat up. And then we'll hit it with Romano cheese. This risotto's coming along fine. So you probably want to definitely taste a little bit of the risotto. See where the texture is at. If they got any spoons over here, and they don't. So we got to go across. Give it a little taste. I think it just needs a tiny bit more. Let this cook out. Alright, this is bubbling away. Turn it down. That should be enough. And I'm actually going to add more spinach to this. Not quite enough. You never know with spinach because it wilts down so much. But that's just how spinach is. Then we're going to add a little bit of smoked paprika. Add a little bit now and a little bit on top. We're just adding layers of flavor in there. And I'll get the rest of that lemon that we cut in half. We'll put that in there. There we go. Risotto's coming along. And I think it's there. Shut that off. Get a sheet tray, oil, a little bit of Parmesan, salt, pepper. We're going to get this off right away. It's going to continue to cook. We're going to lay it out flat on the sheet tray. And then straight into the walker. Jess, you want to open this door for me?
Yeah.
Just want that to cool off. I'm actually going to put this on the top so it gets way on the top up there. We can get maximized it cooling down faster. Change your gloves after touching a million doors. All right, the spinach, this cream is coming together. I'm gonna add just a little bit more parm in there, and then we'll shut that off. And the sauce is all ready for tomorrow. We'll just have it sit for a little bit over there on the counter, or we'll have it sit over here next to the grill. Okay, we got 2 of these. What is that you're spraying on it? I'm imagining it's food friendly. Huh? All right, we're gonna try to squeeze out that spinach as much as we can. Shoot. Might as well open up a can of artichokes. Wanna give me an artichoke? You got a can right in front of you. Next shelf up. No, 2 shelves up. I'm gonna get a big bowl for you. In the meantime, I'll let you finish it out while I shuck these oysters. Yeah, you might as well dump those. Get those drained in. I'm gonna go grab the oysters real quick. Start shucking those. All right, so see what we got. Some tiny things, but they are very good. Fancy sweet. We have to save the tags. Otherwise, they're gonna think we pulled them out of the lake. I don't make the rules. I just abide by them. You out of here, Bobby?
Almost.
Huh?
Almost.
Oh, I don't look forward to getting jammed by this. Let me in. Hello. I know you're in there alive. Let me in. I'll grab a different one. I want to bet that one was dead. You're not making this any easy. Let me in. Actually, can you hand me some of that padded paper? Not the, you know what I'm talking about. Did you guys move it? Oh, I don't miss shucking oysters. I've used to have to do tons of these. Now I put them on that so I don't get here in the morning, somebody's moved them and they're just all out of the shell. Not fun. All right, tomorrow, Jess, so when you bring those other souffle containers from your house, I want you to make out the rest in those small ones, because I'm gonna have you do a layout of all the desserts that we have.
Okay.
I want you to plate one of each. Okay?
Okay.
So I can take pictures, and also I'm gonna take a little bit of video of it, okay? All right, you wanna start getting that spinach dip stuff around?
Yeah.
While I'm knocking this out. And then when you're finishing that up, I'll be finishing this up. Just trust me, you don't want no parts of this. You want no parts of these oysters. And you just make sure that you disconnect these oysters the insides. Otherwise, when they go to eat it, it's just going to stick there, make a mess with them. And probably the only person on my staff that's ever shucked oysters is Kyle. Maybe little Kyle did too. I would have to ask him tomorrow. Who likes oysters? And if so, how do you like your oysters prepared? Raw? Rockefeller? Any other kind of technique or way you eating them? Let me know down in the comments. Probably don't like shucking them. I know that. So these are so tiny. I know this came as a 50. So I'll probably give them, 8. 8 will give me 6 orders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe 7. So I can do 7 times 7 would be 49. So I can get 7 orders out of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that'd be about enough. So give them 7 orders. I'm gonna do 3 orders ahead of time. I mean, normally you'd want to shuck these the day of your event, but I'm not gonna cover them. I'm gonna keep them alive. You gotta remember, this is a living thing. I know some places they'll shuck them, do whatever they're gonna do to them, if they're gonna, put something on top, and then freeze them. But obviously they're gonna be better fresh. All right, how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. So do 4 more. The rest I'll just save for tomorrow. Put this in a separate container with the ice sitting on top. I'm just gonna lay wet paper towel on top of that so it can still breathe. Let me in. You started that spinach artichoke yet? I'm trying not to leave you behind, girl. But I gotta do a couple things before I go home. Yeah, that's fine. We're gonna give it a quick chop. So you wanna grab a cutting board? We're gonna give that a quick chop real quick. Yeah. I forgot to tell you. Does Jake gotta work for New Year's Eve? All right, we got 21. 7. Well, maybe you guys need to have a conversation. Oh, he works at the liquor store?
Yeah, he's not down the end of the park. But
Are they even working in the park right now?
not really. They just do like maintenance.
So a bunch of nothing?
Pretty much.
You give it a quick choppy chop?
The
All right, let's try to get out of here at 5, okay? I'm gonna take care of this real quick, wipe it down. Need what's in there?
I just put more
Truly machine over here. Huh? No, that always happens. All right, I'll be right back. What is that? You got something in the dishwasher? I don't know. I hear something. Oh, I'm like, did somebody put something in the dishwasher? All right, that's cool. That's just a rough chop, right? Yeah, that means more people coming for tomorrow. I told Carrie.
They're coming in.
It's coming. All right, put this in the back. Put this risotto in a container that's already going to go on the line for tomorrow, since it's going to come off the station. We'll wrap this blood orange puree, which is going to be for the blanc tomorrow. And I don't know the container for that. I will say this part 1 is going to be a whole lot. It's not going to be a lot going on in this part 1, but at least it'll give you a hint to what we're doing tomorrow. All right, so this is one last thing we got to do on the line. And we'll finish prepping out the rest of the steak. Pretty much everything here is already here. It's already on the menu. with the exception of the beef Wellington. And then salads. She just has one salad and it's kind of incorporated with what the salad we already have on the menu for the main salad. So we'll prep that out tomorrow. Jess is finishing up the spinach artichoke dip. Not much to it. We're gonna take a look at her tulies. She's got gold glitter all over the place over here. She's in her Barbie world over here. All right, one more review here. So start from the top. One of these dream berries. It looks like it's still setting a little bit, maybe?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, she did her own little wacky design. I like it. So, yeah, that's cool. Oh, it doesn't matter. It's okay to see those little specks of vanilla
And I
bean. That
also-
they wanted what?
I want to be able to
No, you
circle.
put toppings on the top.
That's right, okay. The
Yeah.
candy.
Yeah, so do you have whole chocolate bars that you bought from the store yet? You have chocolate, which is brown, orange, brown. So maybe a blueberry on top,
Yeah.
or maybe a strawberry on top. So maybe I'll just get you strawberries and you can put strawberries on other desserts also.
Okay.
Okay? So I'll put that on the list for you. Yeah? So I'll put fresh strawberries on here and I'll pick these up tomorrow. I'll pick everything that's on this list.